So the secret is out. Liam Lawson has been demoted back to the Racing Bulls. Yuki Tsunoda has been promoted to Red Bull Racing for the next round in Japan, and presumably, you would like to think, for the rest of the season. Now, there's going to be a lot of stories when it comes to this coming out of Red Bull's camp, trying to defend their decision. A lot of people reacting to their decision. I've reacted to their decision as well when the news broke yesterday as I record this. But Helmut Marko, of course, the man who loves getting in the press and putting out some interesting quotes, has said that this demotion was to save Liam Lawson's Formula 1 career. Let's have a look at what the big man has said here. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always, and I'll give my thoughts on it as we go and at the end as always. Demoting Liam Lawson from Red Bull should save his career, according to team advisor Dr. Helmut Marko. Plenty of sympathy is being extended from the Formula 1 world to the 23-year-old rookie New Zealander who, after performing abysmally in Australia and China, now sees his seat swapped with Racing Bulls driver Yuki Tsunoda. In order to save his career, we decided to send him back to Racing Bulls, Marko told Service TV. Many, though, are struggling to see the silver lining for Lawson, with former F1 driver Guido van der Garde calling it a bullying move. On the Instagram post, fellow Dutchman Max Verstappen liked the post. He was defending Lawson, to be fair. It's clear that Lawson was not the problem, really. The problem is that team and that car. It's abundantly clear to anybody who's been even, given a passing glance at Red Bull in these last couple of years. The car is the problem. Red Bull acknowledges that its 2025 car is even more difficult to drive for any driver other than Verstappen. In all these years, Marko admitted, Max is the only one who can handle the car optimally. For a young driver, we see that it's even more difficult. If we had just left Liam in the car, we think his performance under pressure would have been even worse. Because we have a second team, he can rehabilitate himself. He's going to rehab, guys. He's going to rehab at Racing Bulls. Wow, that's an interesting. I mean, it is basically himself in a more relaxed atmosphere. With Racing Bulls, he has the chance to build something up again. Marko justified the decision to originally overlook Tsunoda for the 2025 seat on the basis that he was too inconsistent last year. I mean, has Tsunoda been that consistent in these two races? It's not really much of a good sample size, to be honest, but there we go. And that Lawson has become a more resilient character. So why is Tsunoda suddenly now suitable for the top seat? That is the big question I keep asking. We have seen that Tsunoda has made a step forward over the winter. As a person, he has also become stronger. And as a Japanese, he obviously knows Tsunoda very well. I mean, Lawson knows it pretty well as well. Let's be real here. And Lawson did beat Tsunoda at Suzuka 2 years ago as well when they were in the same team. So, just because he's from the area doesn't mean he's particularly great there, Yuki was too inconsistent, Marko insists. That's why we unanimously decided on Lawson. But under the increased pressure, he couldn't deliver right from the first day in Australia. Then he went into a downward spiral. It's like a battered boxer. That's an interesting analogy. It's very difficult to get out of it by then. In a sense, yes, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Of course it was. Clearly it was. But again, I don't think Lawson's the main problem here. Indeed, Lawson's current form guaranteed that Red Bull would not be in contention for the Constructors' Championship. What he did so far was obviously too little, Marko told Österreich newspaper. We need a strong second driver, if only for the team's tactics. Marko, however, pushed back on the idea that the Racing Bulls car is actually currently better than the 2025 Red Bull. It's true that the RB21 is difficult to drive, he said. The Racing Bulls is easier to handle and very fast on a qualifying lap. But in the race, it lags significantly behind the Red Bull racing car. This isn't the end of the world for Lawson. He still has every opportunity to launch a successful Formula 1 career with Racing Bulls. And now it's over to the 24-year-old Tsunoda. With 4 full seasons of experience at the Faenza-based junior outfit under his belt, the opportunity of a lifetime, France's Auto Hebden wonders, or a poisoned chalice. It is going to be one of the two of us, isn't it? He either swims and does really well at it, or does good enough to, justify that second seat, get strong points and podium positions every now and again, or instead he sinks like so many others have before him. Gasly, Albon, Perez, Lawson. Is Tsunoda next? We'll see. I hope he's not. I hope he does well, but I'm not particularly confident. You guys let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this, though. Is this a positive thing for Lawson? Does this damage his reputation? I don't think you can read too much into 2 races. Clearly, it was not him that's the problem. Clearly, it's the car. It really, really... Even Max is relatively struggling. He's been showing signs of being annoyed. And, you know, if he doesn't like what he sees, doesn't like the car, he might leave. There is that rumoured clause in his contract. He might go to Aston Martin one day. They'll say they've got 2 drivers there, and they do. But do you really think that Lawrence Stroll won't sack his own son, or Alonso, to try and get Verstappen? He will. If there's a chance, he 100% will. 1000%. Did the same thing with Adrian Newey. He got the absolute war chest out to get him because he wants to be a winner in Formula 1. And getting a driver like Verstappen, well, arguably right now there's no one better. So we'll see what happens, guys. It's sure to be an interesting weekend in Japan. I'll definitely be watching live. I'll be very interested to see how it all goes. But yeah, for more content like this on the world of Formula 1, keep it tuned here to the channel, guys. And yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe as always. And yeah, have a fantastic weekend ahead. And congratulations, I guess, or congratulations if you're a Lawson fan. Going off Marko had to say there.